So I'm back once again, and yeah, today my back really hurts because pretty much I've just been sitting like this. Like, if you want to get a, I'm like going like this. Play. I just played Overwatch for the whole day because I'm really getting good at playing Hanzo. So yeah, and when I stood up, so that was like, sorry, uh, it was around. I just started pretty much like 12 in the afternoon, like my like nonstop, just sitting and playing, and I stood up around 5. So yeah, when I stood up, when I raised my, it's not like it's like a fucking injury, you know. It's one of those back pain. It's a lower back pain, so I know I'm cooked. I'm really cooked. Like like for example, when I stand up, when I go like this, like I walk, you would feel it. You would really feel it. Yeah, there it is. I should be doing that much often. I should be sitting like this. Like you would tell. You could actually tell if like I'm sitting in the proper way. So yeah. So that's what I did. I'm going back in. I wish I could show you my fucking box fan. It's just going crazy. I mean, it's probably because it's really loose. Like the, like when it oscillates, there's not like what do you call this? Like the one that stops, or like the one that tightens the oscillation. So it just spins, even though you don't. Yeah, it says, like the buttons. It says 0, 1, 2, 3, and the last one would be OSC. I'm assuming that it's oscillate, or just pretty much. It's basically just spin. So the breeze could go into multiple directions. But the problem is when you turn it to number 3, and it's always on number 3 because of how this room is like the Satan's ass cheek, so fucking hot in here that it always has to be in 3, and it just you know when you click or when you press on the oscillator, it just messes up. It's like you lose, and when you turn it to 3. Why am I explaining this so much? Basically, when you press the number 3, it just turns around so fast. It just whatever. But the question of the day is, yeah, do people prefer being distracted from their problems over actually seeking solution? Do people prefer being distracted from their problems over actually seeking solutions? Yes, this is a perspective question. Now, how does people, or how do people, why do people prefer being distracted from their problems over actually seeking solutions? Because number one, people, like the common, you know, human being, would be most likely to distract, or like to be procrastinating, or like running away from these problems. I think procrastinating is a good word to describe this. It's like you're looking for other alternatives, even though you know that the solution, you know for a fact that there's a solution for this, that you could do it on your own will and power, but you can't, or you won't, because you don't want to, just because, out of spite, maybe out of pride, out of embarrassment, out of laziness, something like that. There's like so many reasons why you can do that. So pretty much you just procrastinate, do something else, and like find other things, and on the way that you're looking for alternative ways where the solution could be literally found, or just you could literally do the solution yourself to end this problem, you create another problem. So yeah, another situation. So the moment you distract yourself from another problem, then that's a problem itself. And when you're doing that problem, another problem is going to be potentially 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 forming. So that's how it is. Do people prefer being distracted from their problems over seeking solutions? Yes, yes, because it's hard to actually face the problem, you know? Because I know, because can this be applied to myself? Yes. Actually, when I encounter problems, it's like first, there's like a lot of steps in order for me to, by problems, I mean, let's just say, for example, assignments, or like where I need to prepare for a report, a presentation. It really, really just stimulates me, First, okay, when I have to do something, that is a problem, and you know, it's not gonna do, itself, or it's not gonna finish itself. It's not gonna present itself. So I have to do the work. So that is a considered problem, right? So instead of that, I procrastinate. Well, no, the first thing I really, really just feel anxiety, fear of failure, fear of anxiety, anxiety, where it's like I'm just really just thinking of the worst case scenario, that it just makes me don't. I don't feel like doing this. Really, I just fuck this shit, man. Like, why am I doing this? Like, I do not want to do this right now. It's like literally like that because it is what it is. It's like that's the thing about procrastinating and having anxiety is that you just think and you panic inside of your head. When in reality that could be done in like a couple of minutes. So uh, yeah, and then you have you nearly have an hour to actually prepare for this report. So you prepare for this report, and that's when you realize that an hour is not enough, and you have to sleep now. Otherwise, if you get sleep deprived, then everything would go worse. And if you let yourself, lose more sleep, then it'll cause a lot of problems. So that's pretty much, yes, people really prefer being distracted from their problems over actually seeking solutions because people like to complain. People, it's a natural occurring thing. Let's just say adults. Uh, that's not, when you turn into an adult, and that's pretty much, in my situation. I'm already in college. I'm in third year, and like in the next semester I'll be fourth year because it is the second time right now. So you know when you think about it, it's like a perspective where back in high school, you would have just homeworks, chores, and it would be so annoying when your parents ask you to do one chore where it just needs you to do this and do that. Those are the problems that you had when you were in high school. You have to wake up early, so it's so annoying, right? It's so hard to wake up early. But now you're in college, you have to wake up early. You have to do your chores. You have to do your obligations, your responsibility. For me, I take care of my grandmother when my mother is not around. And of course, you have to be a full time student, college student, which is not, you know, not supposed to be overlooked. But, people, like other students are working students, so salute to them, kudos to them. Like, it is actually doable, but it takes so much energy, so much, it just takes a toll on you physically and mentally because you have to do that every day and you have to make ends meet. Maybe it's not just for your allowance, you need to help out your family, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So that's when I try to explain why when you're in high school you just have one or like a few problems that can be solved, you know, short-term problems, but when you're an adult, so a realistic situation. If you're like me, 21 years old, then you'd be most likely in college. So that's not the only problem that you have. Like going to school, waking up, and then just do schooling every single day. That's the only thing you have to do. That's not the only problem you have. You have personal life, mental health, obligations, responsibilities, chores, and those are not even problems. You might encounter problems like family problems, financial problems, relationship problems. Those are, personal problems. Those are stuff that is easily, it's just, it's really not easy to deal with. And I think it goes out of question when you say, do people prefer being distracted from their problems over seeking solutions? I think the answer would be yes, because they can't help it. Why are they distracted from their problems in the first place? Because, uh, scrutinizing or really thinking about your problem or getting reminded of your problem would really make you think and think for a few minutes. Oh God, think for like a few minutes, and that's it. And then you never really seek solutions to actually do it, because it's not hard to find solutions. Those problems are long term. They are, they linger. It's not like when you actually find time or like a solution to this, then it's gonna be okay. No, these problems are gonna stay with you, on you, and these problems are from you. So why bother? Like why really bother trying to solve this in one go? Where this could be approached holistically, in a in in a whole level. So yeah, people have no choice but to get distracted, or people are just really distracted. They don't really prefer getting distracted. Like, what kind of a sick shock of that is that? You know what I mean? If they prefer getting distracted from their problems, then they probably are privileged and rich. People who have the luxury to do so. So yeah, and okay, I think I have nothing else to say. Damn. Do people prefer being distracted from their problems over seeking solutions? Now, I think my answer would be no. No, they don't prefer it. They don't really choose to be distracted from their problems over seeking solutions. Well, I know I've made an example where you could choose to procrastinate, then then actually making solutions that could be applied to short-term problems, just like I said, like deadlines, like problems that could be solved by yourself, by doing something, or by replacing it, fixing it, by tending to it, fending to it, whatever. You could fix that easily. But what I'm trying to take a closer look on is a problem that is already on you. It's already fated to be dealt by you, because you're an adult now. So you have those problems. You have to deal with those problems every single day, and I consider them problems because you have to deal with them. They are problems because you need to seek solutions that are also long term. You can't cope with your mental health by just coping or like doing things that are short term and really self destructive. Really just for temporary use, where you where what I mean when what you actually need is something that is much more long term, or much more really helping, little by little. Because when something is so spontaneous, when you would notice it when you're an adult, that if the solution is so easy, like it's so easy to, what do you call this, like the solution is already there, then you have to be skeptical about it, because everything, or like there would be, it's like the calm of the storm. There would be much, or like another problem, or a much more bigger problem after that. And yeah, you have to mentally prepare yourself for everything. So yeah, Because just like I said, long-term problems need long-term solutions. Short-term problems could be both solved by long and short-term solutions. It really depends on the situation. And of course, you know, in conclusion, no, people don't prefer to get distracted by the problems than actually seeking solutions. People are trying to get better. People are trying to find ways. You know, it's another perspective where, let's say, this person is heteronormative and trying to alleviate this mm, this problem. No more questions. No more excuses of some sort that they just do this. They just do this in order for the solution to be solved, but they can't. They can't in one day. They can't in a month. They can't in a year, or they can't this year. So really, you really don't choose to just dwell into your problems and stuff. I mean, you could, it's another perspective of a person who has the luxury to do so. Like just like I said, like having so much, you know, like bad, what do you call this, rational thinking, I guess, has poor problem solving skills, can't find the answer, needs someone else to spoon feed the answer to literally solve them for them. So so in conclusion, you know, as you grow older, you know what? I have to rant a little. My birthday is in 3, 4, 5, 6 in like 4 days. So and I'm already having back pains. So I'm fucking cooked. Fuck. Like shit. You know? And the honey thing is actually doing something. But I need to do something else. I still need to do something about my acne. It really regulates the oiliness of my skin, the sebum of some sort. But the acne part, I mean, yeah, of course, but you know what I mean? Like, I still need something. But this is what I got right now, you know? And this is what I have to deal with. And I have to change my bed sheets again because I sweat a lot, like shit. Just like I told you, I went on for a night without my fucking fan because I thought the fucking power died. I was just tossing and turning, huffing and puffing, having the night sweats. It sucks. It fucking sucks ass. So yeah, just like I was saying, in conclusion, when you are getting older, you will have more problems, and you know, among those problems, there are easy to solve problems, but that doesn't mean that you would want to solve them. But it doesn't mean that it is easier or easy for you to solve that, even though that those problems, those situations where you can just, they are easy. Like everybody could solve them, but you don't feel like it. Easy tasks are hard for you to do. It's completely valid. I've been there. Really, I've really been there and done that. And you would just think, you would just reflect that why am I like this? Why am I having so much brain fog? Like every day I'm just on autopilot. I'm disassociating. I don't want to do this. I'm too lazy to do this. I'm too lazy to clean my bathroom. I'm too lazy to pick off, like my laundry from the floor, get it on the laundry basket. It's really hard, you know. And I'm really kind of happy to tell you that I've been there. I've been there, and I'm really doing better right now. I still have the yearning, like wanting to fill the void by wanting someone else, wanting connections, but it's always there. It's always gonna be there. But at least now, when I feel those things, I I am much more fortified that I don't resort to self destruction. It just goes on in my head like any other day. So yeah, that's my thumbnail.